What's up everybody, I'm Jared, and welcome to my YouTube channel. By the end of this video, I hope that you will subscribe. For anyone who is in the trenches, especially in the West, it will not be an understatement to say that, as a man, dating in the West is trash. So, in an attempt to adapt, men are always trying to find new ways. And one of those ways is going outside of their countries and go find wives and or start something meaningful out of the West and as far away as possible from Western women. And needless to say, those same Western women who claim that they are strong and independent women and that they don't need men, but somehow, they are mad at men for doing their own thing. But enough with the waffling, let us enjoy the foolishness.
You pay attention to the passport bros, like they're getting women from like the DR, Colombia,
Yes.
The Philippines, Thailand, like women that can speak very little English, women that don't have education, women that
need them. Women that need
women
them.
are raised to be wives. They learn everything
these other communities,
from birth, from their father, from their mother, how to be a wife and how to support your man.
Women that need them.
It's not even women that need them. It's women that treat them with respect.
So we don't.
Y'all know y'all don't.
So, like, stop yourself.
That's not true.
It doesn't matter what those women will say, the fact and the matter is that Western men are leaving the West and go find wives out of the West, but men from other parts of the world are not coming to find wives in Western women. Tells you who is the problem.
I just came to the realization why I'm single. Every guy that I'm like, oh yeah, he's attractive. Okay, this is not supposed to be offensive, but I see their wives and they just look like so like, you know, like not like this, just like, you know, like I pretend my tattoos are gone. Dude, I look crazy. Like, that's why guys don't want to wife me up. And I just come to this realization today. See? I thought these men wanted, like, you know, big, strong, tough girls. I don't know. I feel like all of them are, like super girly, and all these guys are like, yeah, that's my girl. That's just like housewife stuff. And I'm over here like, I own my own business. I'm covered in tattoos. I'm a little spazzy, but that's okay. We embrace it. But yeah, I don't think any guy's gonna wife me up because I can't take me seriously. And I just realized that. Damn.
So this is for the single people. I've been thinking like the last few days, like I can just not imagine ever being with someone ever again. Like, how do you get to that stage of even like meeting someone and then like all of a sudden you're just like hanging around with them every day? Like, how does that even happen? Like, I don't know whether like I'm just going through like this phase or like this stage of like a breakup, even though it was like months ago, but like I just can't envision it. Like, I just don't think I'm ever going to meet anyone. Like, I'm totally fine being on my own forever, but like, is this a thing? Like, do people still meet people, or are people just going to be single forever now? Like, I just don't get it.
As a childless woman in my early 40s, I'm constantly thinking about my retirement and what that looks like. And it's always the same, no matter what. And it has been since my 30s, which is to live in a hut or a well-framed cabin in the woods with a community of women. And we all just like grow our own food, make our own preserves, read books, fix everything ourselves, have coffee together in the morning, drink wine at night, have a bunch of cats and dogs and chickens and goats, maybe some horses, pigs, whatever. And then we do really weird shit at night that makes everyone scared to come up to our property and just leaves us alone forever until we all just die in our beds, happy. That sounds like a pretty good retirement.
The average Western woman uses her youth to live her life however she wants, and follow her career. Which is totally fine. But here's the thing. No man is in the obligation to deal with a woman who has a body count higher than that of the predator, and has invested her youth in chasing a career.
I think the issue with modern men and modern women in the dating arena is that there are so many modern men that want traditional women without having to be traditional men. What am I talking about? Let me let him explain.
And typically in an Arab household, the man usually is the provider financially, and that's just how it is.
That is just something I wasn't prepared for.
Most Arab women expect that.
Just like most American people expect the woman to contribute half. Or not half, just contribute.
But you're not dealing with an American woman.
No, but she'd have to deal with some of my things, though, too. This was definitely not what I wanted to hear. I thought Moroccan women prioritize family over material things, and I was not anticipating that it would mean I have to be the sole provider for a household. I didn't sign up for this.
So what do you mean you weren't prepared to be a sole provider? Like, who raised some of these men? They are so adamant that they want a traditional woman, but they also want that traditional woman to be modern enough to expect to have to pay bills. This man goes on to say that he wants an independent, financially independent woman who will have his kids and clean and be submissive and all these other things. Why would she do all of that? Like, you realize that the women in here in America won't even take that deal. So they get their passports and they globe trot all over the world trying to find a woman vulnerable enough, desperate enough, in search of citizenship enough to take that deal. This is predatory behavior. When you're looking for a woman who wants to have access to the benefits and the perks and the rights that we have as Americans, because they don't have those rights in their country, but you're going to make her earn it. She's going to have to earn it by you making a mule out of her, expecting her to do more than you're doing. So why should she do all of that for your 50% of the bills? Like, the deal isn't being accepted by American women, and you're realizing that it's not going to be accepted by women in other countries either, because it's a bad deal and you know it. And oftentimes these women in other countries, they're going to expect you to send money back home to their parents and their siblings and their families back home. Like, you think that you're saving money. You're trying to find a good woman for a discount by shopping all around. But she's also going to expect you to provide for her as well. Once you expect a woman to have your child and her ability to work like your ability to work is changed, you're going to have to provide for that woman. When you want her to stay home, how's she going to stay home and work 40 hours a week? Like, some of you have no idea what you're asking. Or maybe you do, but you don't care. Why should she run herself into the ground? And what does she get? A discount on bills? A discount. Because you're not even willing to pay the whole thing. Like, you want provider benefits without having to actually be a provider. You let somebody speak long enough and they'll tell you everything you need to know. And the men are beginning to say the quiet part out loud. We weren't expecting to take care of any woman. American woman, woman overseas. We were expecting a servant. They're not looking for partnership. They're looking for ownership.
This sad being is just mad about the fact that no man wants to own her. There is a lot to say here, but I'm not going to waste time. The only thing I can say is, why do you care? Mind your own business. You don't want broke men, and you turned them down, good for you. But, why do you care about what they are doing? These are the women who refuse to deal with men who don't make six figures, and they say that they deserve the best, but here they are, yapping about what the men are doing.
A lot of these guys are saying, y'all are going to end up lonely and single, but at least we're not bringing more Dusties into the world. By the way, I'm married and I have 2 daughters, so I didn't bring no Dusties into this world. Thank goodness, because I didn't marry a Dusty. But at the same time, women don't want to bring more dust into the world that you can't even afford to take care of, guys. They don't want to marry a man they got to make excuses for instead of brag on, okay? So I'm sure a woman would rather be single than to sit there and make up excuses for her loser husband or whatever, okay? So don't think that women not marrying is an indication that they're unwanted, because women get proposals all the time. They just have to turn them down because they're dusty proposals or they're proposal from men who aren't going to meet their standards. Okay. So they got to turn down a lot of proposals from dust. Okay. And it's easy to turn down proposals from dusties because all you have to do is close your eyes and imagine your life in 2 years from now. And it's going to be worse than it is right now. So that's why they quickly say no. They say, I can't do this. Nope. And they don't end up marrying, these type of men because they don't want to repeat the poverty cycle or, lower their standards to be with somebody who thinks, living mediocre or in poverty is okay. So no to struggle love, exactly. You said Walmart promise rings, exactly. They're saying no to them Walmart rings. They're saying no to struggle love. They're saying no to Dusties. So y'all go marry somebody who need a green card, and y'all make the best of it while it lasts.
These are the same women who claim to be strong and independent, but at the same time they care about how much a man makes. It is really weird to call someone else dusty while you are the one expecting someone else to raise up your standard of life. And women actually buy into the BS that this charlatan is uttering. But again, rational thinking is not what they are known for. The fact and the matter is that, all they are doing is shaming. They know that passport brothers have the means, but since they are taking their means elsewhere and invest them in actual beautiful women who are willing to reciprocate, the hyenas are mad, and all they can do is shame, insult, and guilt men.
Wow. I got a new saying. Once a nice guy's got his passport, he's gone forever. I'm a wild boy. I'm a wild boy.
But before I wrap this up, this must be said. What is a passport bro? There is a lot of misinterpretation on the subject of passport brothers. Many people, especially women, want to make passport brothers the same as sex tourists. Passport brothers do not operate with tourist visas. They have resident status in the countries where they are, some have jobs, or they have businesses. Passport brothers actually leave the West to go build their lives somewhere else. And most women in the West are not fine with the fact that Western men are actually appreciated by foreign women. But let's not get ahead of ourselves too. Women are women first. Most of them will always do what is best for themselves regardless of how it affects men. And the West is exactly like that. The gynocentric structure in the West encourages and rewards bad behavior from anyone who is not a man. So, it doesn't matter what ethnicity she is, do not bring her back. That will be it for this video. Thanks for watching. Like the video, leave a comment, and a sub to the channel will be awesome. Take care, and, till next time.